So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about pass pro, specifically the differences between blocking 3 versus 3 compared to 3 versus 4, and how we'll know when we're in one situation compared to the other. So this is the setup we've mainly been using for our pass pro drill, and this is 3 versus 4. And what I mean by that is simply the slide side would, let's say it's a loop call, and that involves the center, the guard, and the tackle. They're sliding to the left, and they're responsible for these defenders. And you can see there's 4 defenders. There's 2 linebackers here and 2 defensive linemen there, hence 4. And there's 3 offensive players, hence 3 versus 4. Now, against 4, I tell you what you need to do. Everybody needs to set to their gap, like so. And then we take the 3 threats as they present themselves. Now, one thing I know we want to do, but we got to be careful about doing that, is we are limited in how much we could help on this guy. Say this guy's a 1 technique. We're limited by how much we can help here, right? Because if I help here very much, if I help there too much, then what can end up happening is this guy comes off the edge, and now we can't block everybody because the tackle is outnumbered. There's 2 guys still here. We only have 1 guy to block him, so if he takes the anchor, this guy's running free on the quarterback. Or if he slides out to take this guy, then the anchor's running free on the quarterback. So because of that possibility, right, again, you got to set to your gap. Set to your gap. Set to your gap, and then if they give us something, we'll be able to work this out and get those 2 blocked. Similarly, we might get like something like this, in which case, again, we'll pick it up because we're all playing our gaps. Okay, so the fact that we have to play against 4 guys here limits how much we can help each other. Now let's compare that to this. Let's say, for example, there was nobody out here that we had to be responsible for. If that's the case, then we can play this differently, because now we have 3 versus 3. There's no threat out here, so there's no need for us to kind of set like this, because that's only really necessary when there's another potential threat coming out here. So the tackle can pick this up, and then the guard can pick him up. We do not have that threat. And because we don't have that threat, that now allows this guard to help a bit more on this block right here. Now I want to make it clear that we're still responsible for our gaps, okay, but we do not have to set to our gaps as much here because we only got to protect against these 3. Now, what I would say should happen here is the center should still set as if he's not going to get any help. Tackle should set as if he's not getting any help. The guard will stay put. Okay, I don't want him coming into this because we can still get blitzes. We can get this. Okay, we can get that. So I don't want the guard getting out of position, but he can get a little bit more help here. He can extend his arm, maybe kind of stay in place, extend his arm there, make sure that the center's got it. Once the center has it, he can turn his attentions and help here. Now, if we do get this, okay, he'll come off, and the tackle will come off. But again, the key difference is we can help more on certain places because of the lack of a 4th defender to account for. Now we're going to address how we determine whether it is actually 3 versus 3 compared to 3 versus 4. And I'll give you some tips or rules that'll help you identify these situations. And we're then going to take a look at Springfield tape so you can kind of see how it works for real. To make these determinations, we're going to have to take into consideration the whole offense and the defensive structure. It might sound kind of complicated at first, but I hope to kind of break it down and make it simple for you. Basically, to determine, as you can see, there's 3 guys in here. Here's a 4th guy. Do we have to account for him? Right, like that's the question we're going to be asking ourselves here. And to make that determination, basically you got to just look in. Say you're the tackle. You got to look over in this area, okay, the slot area. And if you're the right tackle, then you got to look over here. Here's our slot area. Now there may be a wide receiver there. There may be a defender there. There may be a combination of receivers and defenders. So we'll just go through the possibilities real quick, and we'll make a determination of whether we got to do 3 versus 4 compared to 3 versus 3. For all these, we're going to consider that it's slide to the left, but the same rules apply to the right-hand side. So the rules are the same. It doesn't matter what side we're on. But just for simplicity for the video, everything's going to be slide left. So the first situation is we look over here. Let me bring this guy over here. Is we look over here and there is no defender in the slot area. If there's no defender in the slot area, then we can block 3 for 3. So no defender here. We can go 3 for 3. Okay, there is no threat. I think it's obvious. In order for there to be a threat off the edge, there has to be somebody here. There's nobody there. Okay, so this is probably the simplest sort of one. Just look, there's nobody there. We can communicate. We can block this 3 versus 3. Here's the next one. There's a defender hanging out here, and there's no receiver in the slot. Okay, we have no wide receiver here, but there's a defender there. So there's a defender, and there is no receiver. In this case, we got to block 3 versus 4 because there's a possibility this guy will come off the edge. And if he does that, then we need to block him. The next one is we have a receiver and we have a single defender right there. So 1 receiver, 1 defender. In this case, we can block 3 for 3. We do not have to necessarily account for this guy. There's a very, very low probability chance that he's going to be coming here. And the reason there's a low probability is because you can imagine this: if he blitzes, right? If he blitzes, well, there's nobody to cover him. Right? Does that make sense? Since there's nobody to cover him, the quarterback should be able to see that, and he should be able to get rid of the football. So in that instance, we don't have to account for this guy because he can't blitz without giving us an immediate open wide receiver. Next, let's imagine we have this. So I have a name for this in the slot. If you have a defender over our slot wide receiver, like we have the W here, and then a second defender above him, I call that a stack. All right, that's a stack. This is different than what we saw before. Before, there was only a single receiver in here. This second defender was somewhere else. But when he's here, he's now stacked behind this guy. And in this case, we got to block 3 for 4. Because there's definitely a chance this guy could blitz at any moment. And this is different than before because this time, let's say this guy blitzes, well, this guy can step up. So now there's 2 receivers in the area and there's 2 defenders. So they're not leaving anybody wide open. So whenever there's a stack, there's a possibility this guy will step up, take the slot receiver, and this guy can come off the edge. Now if we bring another wide receiver over here, so there's 2 wide receivers, basically all we have to look for when we look over to this side is whether or not the defense outnumbers us. Right, if you look at this picture right here, there's 2 receivers in the slot, there's 2 defenders. They can't blitz this guy because if they blitz them, they blitz this person, there you go, how are they going to cover this? We have 3 wide receivers, there's only 2 defenders. But if they have a second guy out here, so we get something like this, and you can see there's a stack on the inside receiver. So we have to account for the possibility of this guy coming off the edge. So again, just look for that stack. That'll tell you whether they can potentially blitz, and are we 3 versus 3? That'll tell us whether we can do that. Now, once we're able to make these identifications, what we need to be able to do is communicate it. So I know we have the word edge right now for when this guy is an immediate threat, but we're also going to want words to indicate whether we should go 3 versus 3 compared to 3 versus 4. We'll come up with those words, and then we'll make sure that we communicate to each other so that we know, how we should set on the slide side. Okay, so everything I'm talking about here is about the slide side. You don't worry about this if you're on the man side. If you're on the man side, you always just have your guys. Okay, so this is just figuring out what to do on the slide side. So now we're going to go through Springfield, and I really do want you to see that you're going to be able to predict a lot of times when a blitz is going to occur, and you'll be able to tell when that guy on the edge is a threat, and we got to kind of set for him. So if you look out here into this slot area, you can see over these guys there's 3 defenders, and this right here is that stack that I'm talking about. Here is the innermost slot receiver. Here's a defender, and then a defender directly behind him. Okay, whenever you see that, you got to be ready for this guy to come off the edge. And in fact, he does blitz here. So at this moment in time, we should have communicated, like let's say we were sliding to the right, we should have communicated that we have to play 3 for 4. And as soon as this guy starts to do this, we should have an edge call. Okay, so we should be able to pick this up. You can see we don't here. We have Gabe blocking nobody. Okay, but if they did the same thing to us right now, we are going to be prepared this time. So we'll be able to pick up those 3 off the right side. That'll give the quarterback some more time. Right, he's throwing under duress here. It looks like he might have been able to make something happen there, but he had to make the throw a little bit quicker than he wanted to. Okay, but there is your stack. So right above this guy. And there we go. There will be our edge call, and then we're going to slide out to block 19, 78, and 60. What was that? 56, 56, 56, or 66. Here's the next passing play, and I'm going to go through these pretty quick, but it doesn't matter which way we're sliding. We're pretty symmetrical here. If you look over to this slot, so let's just say it's a Lou. If you look over to this slot, it's 1 defender over 1 receiver. There is no stack. The free safety is in the middle of the field. Just letting you know right now, this guy's not a threat to blitz. So here we are in doubles. Right, he doesn't blitz. So in that case, we could have blocked 3 for 3 if we wanted to. Okay. If we look at it from this angle, you can see here's the safety. He's the one who can stack behind one of these guys. But if he's in the middle of the field, obviously he can't do that. So this guy, here, let's just take this guy for example, 43. If he blitzes, then Amir's wide open. Right? Amir's wide open. So he's not. Okay. If he's going to blitz, you're going to see it. This guy's going to move over to be stacked over top of him. So in this case, we could block 3 for 3. Actually give us an odd front here, but we could block 3 for 3 and not have to worry about those guys over the slots. Here is the next play that we pass. We're in a trips formation. So let's say we're sliding right. If you look over to the right slot, there's a defender there. And he was usually there whenever we went trips. So whenever we went trips, they did not bump over, which is what we do in our defense. Instead, they just leave this guy here. And when they leave the guy here, we do have to account for him. If he blitzes, there's no receiver there, right? That's left wide open. So he might blitz, and he does blitz several times here. So if we were sliding to the right, we got to be ready for him. We got to go 3 for 4. On this side, we can go 3 for 3 because if you look, we don't have a stack. And the number of receivers here outnumbers the defenders. Right here is the 2 slots. There's only 1 guy here. You can't blitz without them being outnumbered right away. So nobody blitzes there. Okay, but you can know from the beginning that they're not a threat. All right, in this play we're doubles. Both the slots. Neither of these guys are a threat to blitz. So we have 1 defender over 1 receiver. There's no stack behind these guys though. So we're safe either way to go 3 for 3. And you'll see they don't blitz. They don't blitz in any of these circumstances where I say it's safe. Here's the free safety in the middle. When the free safety's in the deep middle, he can't take one of the receivers, so this guy has to have him. Here's the next one. They do bring a blitz off the edge, and yeah, he's unblocked again, just like the first time. So let's take a look at this. It is a slide to the right. I can see we're sliding to the right. Here's Gabe, right? He's sliding to the right over there. I think you're doing a full slide, which is not something we're going to do, but that doesn't matter here. So sliding to the right. This guy, you see that he blitzes. We should be able to identify before the play that he's a threat, and then as soon as he does this, Keaton, right? You should know it. You should be aware of it. You can't just be staring straight. You can't get tunnel vision. You should be saying edge, edge, edge. So we get an edge call here. and we'll be able to get the quarterback some more time. Now, if I come to this angle, you'll be able to see the stack. So here's the defender on the slot, and you can see the safety moving into position. See how he's moving behind this guy right here? And then as the cadence starts, he starts to creep up, and he starts to creep in. So there's your stack. We have to account for that, and as soon as he starts moving closer and closer, we should be making the edge call. Now here they blitz 2 guys, so they're bringing 4. Just so you know, if they bring 4 guys, obviously we can't block all of them. We'll block the most immediate threats, though. So right here, we would all have to slide to our gaps. Keaton would slide out to him, probably. Gabe would slide out to this guy. Who's ever the right guard, he would not lock onto this. He would not lock on here, okay, because that's not how we do it. We got to be responsible for our gap. He would probably pick up this guy. So you can see this guy's untouched. There's both blitzers are untouched. Against us, we're going to pick up 3 of them. Okay, we're not going to have 2 free blitzers here. So we'll pick up 3 of those guys. The 4th one, we got to make him come from as far as possible. The quarterback, it's not going to need a lot of time. It's cover 0. It's all man-to-man back here. And we got a lot of talented receivers. He's just got to have enough time to be able to get the ball off to one of them. Next time we drop back pass. Here we go. This is the formation that we have. This time we don't have a stack. You'll notice there's the, well, I don't think you can see him. There you go. There's the free safety off the edge, off the back of the screen right there. He's not off the edge. He's off the edge of the screen. But he's in the middle of the field and he's deep. So he's not stacking behind this guy anymore. So this guy's not a threat to come. So if you're like the tackle, you should kind of look out here. Try to find where the free safety is against this Springfield team. Where's this free safety? If he moves over one side or the other, that typically means there's going to be a blitz. If he moves over here, it's because this guy's going to blitz and he's going to take Tommy right here in the slot. You'll see later when he cheats to the other side, because this guy's going to blitz and he's going to take Amir man-to-man. But in this particular look, we don't have that issue. So we can block 3 for 3 against this. 3 for 3. Here's our 4th down. The pass protection here. Again, it doesn't matter what side it is. I'm going to talk about both. Now, if we're going to slide to the right, we can block 3 for 3. Because if you look over here, there's 2 receivers, there's 2 defenders. We don't have any stacks. Okay, so that's safe. These 2 have to cover these 2. They're man-to-man. I can let you know right now they're probably in some kind of man-to-man. In here, okay, let's now look to the other side. This slot, there's no receiver here, but there's a defender. No receiver, but a defender. I think we'll get the rule by we should know the rule by this point. If there's a defender here, he can blitz. There's no receiver that would be left wide open. So if we were going to the left, we would have to block 3 against 4. Going to the right, we can do 3 versus 3, 3 for 3. On this side, it's going to be on the left side, it's going to be 3 for 4. Let's actually see what happens. Okay, they were the inside guys were just bluffing, but you can see they're bringing this guy off the edge here, and nobody blocks him. Every single one of these instances where you see these blitzes that they're doing, we didn't pick up any of them. Every single one of them resulted in either a quarterback carry or a sack. Okay, next time we play this team, we're playing them week 2. If they have a similar defense and they're trying similar stuff, I hope we're ready for it. Here's that same play from the end zone camera. So you can look over here to the right. There's no threat. So if we were sliding right, we'd be safe. We could go 3 for 3. On this side, we got to go 3 for 4. Let's see which side we slide to. Okay, so we're sliding right. This would not be our fault. The running back here has to pick this up. So the running back's not doing anything right now. And then there's a guy blitzing here. So yeah, running back has to be taught. And this is how we're teaching on this year, right? There's 2 linebackers. On the man side, they got to read 1 to 2. So the running back would pick this up. Now, if we were sliding left, everybody should slide to their gaps. Dom would pick up the guy off the edge. The left guard, whoever that will be, will pick up this defensive end. And then Gabe will get this nose. I do want to look at this play. This is not a pass play. This is a run play. But that's our quarterback this year, right? That's Tucker. So Tucker has some mobility. He's dead to right here. He's able to do something with it and somehow find Amir there. Or is that not Amir? Well, he's able to find... I don't know. Who is that? I guess it was... I don't know that person. They were on the team last year. So, if we protect adequately, it will help us that we got a guy out there who will be able to get out of some predicaments. For this play, we would be safe both directions. 1 receiver, 1 defender. On the other side, it's 1 receiver, 1 defender. I believe the free safety is in the deep middle, so he's not stacked behind either of the 2 of them. And yeah, you can see it here. Here's the free safety in the middle of the field. Okay, he's in the middle of the field. That means this guy can't blitz. If he blitzes, there's nobody to cover Amir. If this guy blitzes, there's nobody to cover Tommy. So we can block 3 for 3 against this look. This is our next passing play. Same thing. Same thing. Free safety's in the deep middle. We're safe on both sides, so we can go 3 for 3 either direction. Here it is from the end zone. See, there's the free safety. These guys aren't coming. These guys are not blitzing. Now, when we're in trips, it's a different story. Every time we went trips, they just let this guy hang here. So in this case, when they let this guy hang off the edge like this, he is now a threat. If we're sliding to the left side, we have to pick him up. We have to go 3 against 4. Okay? This side is safe. There's only 1 defender here, right? So there's absolutely no way he can blitz. He would leave 2 receivers open. This guy does come off the edge. So you can see that he comes late, but he definitely comes there. So if we look at it from the end zone, right, here's the defender, no receiver. So in this case, we do have to block 3 versus 4. It looks like we're sliding left. So we're sliding left here. We would not be able to do how we're doing this here. Right, we can't, I mean, we could probably help with the nose tackle a little bit because this edge guy's not on the line of scrimmage. But we can't lose awareness of our B gap. Like as soon as you start messing with this here, he just takes off for the quarterback. Somebody needs to protect the QB from that guy. All right, here's the next play. we go trips. We don't leave a defender in the slot here, but the defender stays. So obviously, if we're going to the right-hand side, we got to do 3 for 4. We have to account for the possibility of this guy off the edge. And in fact, as soon as he steps up to the line of scrimmage, Keaton right here, you should be yelling edge, edge, because that guy is coming. You can see right there. Now this is the blitz side. I'm sorry, this is the man side. So that would be the running back's guy. If it was the slide side, Keaton, you would make that. You would be making that edge call. Okay, make the edge call if it's slide to the right. We're just sliding to the left. Sliding to the left is safe. You can see here, there's no defender in the slot. Right, the next defender is all the way out here. Guys that are going to blitz off the edge, if they're outside of this slot, they're not blitzing. Okay, so if you see this guy, if you look over here, and he's all the way over by Amir, but there's nobody on top of Tommy. Okay, there's no threat. If we're sliding left right now, we can slide 3 for 3. Here's the next passing play. Here's the free safety in the deep middle. So it's just 1 over 1 and 1 over 1. We're safe off the edge on both sides, so we can block 3 for 3. We should be able to pick that up. Of course, it looks like we're sliding left. I guess we're sliding left here. Yeah, we do pick it up. Trips. We're not safe over here. This guy off the edge has no receiver, so you'll see he blitzes. We should have an edge call here, assuming this was the slide side, but it looks like we're sliding left. To the left side, we would be safe. So we'll talk about sliding left when it's 3 versus 3. Okay, normally you would have to set to your gap, but if it's 3 versus 3, you can give support here. And actually, when I teach the technique here, this is kind of what it'll look like. So if it's 3 for 3, we're going 3 for 3 over here, and we can hang and give extra support to guys. I don't want you to step into it. I just kind of want you to stay put. Like Gabe, just stay put and just stick out your arm. That should be enough help for this guy. And then you stick out your arm, and then you start to slide over here to see if we can get help on this guy. All right, so we keep sliding away from this guy, but I'm still going to point it out just so that you can see that he's blitzing. So when we're in a trips formation, there's no receiver here. There's one defender. We have to worry about the edge, and when he's up here, if we were sliding right, it would have to be an edge call. He likes the blitz. The left edge is safe. Here's the defender. He's outside of Amir, so he's not coming. And then there's no guy right there. Watching this, I'll be honest with you guys, we should have been sliding to the right. Because it looks like they're doing this all the time. Whenever we go trips, they bring 2 guys over this side, and then they just leave this guy here and rush him off the edge. And they're doing that consistently, continually. So you know what? Instead of using the run back every time to block him, we could just slide this way. Bring the run back over to this side. I'm going to go through these a little bit quicker now, but you can see we're safe on both of these. Receiver, defender, it's 1 over 1. There's no stack, so we're safe both edges. We could go 3 for 3. And you'll see here they don't blitz. Here we are in trips. We're safe on the left side. There's no threat to the edge. On the right side, there is an edge threat. So if we're sliding right, we have to account for him and go 3 for 4. He doesn't blitz here. This is a run play. Okay, so this is an RPO. This should start to get boring for you. Here's the next play, and you're just going to see it. There's only a couple variations here, guys. So 1 for 1, 1 over 1, no stacks. We're safe on the edge either way. You'll see these guys don't blitz. The next play, we're in trips. Over to the trip side. We're safe over here. These guys aren't coming. To this side, we are in danger. So danger to this side. If we're sliding to the right, we have to account for him. He's on the line of scrimmage, so we should be making an edge call here. And you can see he blitzes. Okay, he does blitz. Next play, we're safe. Free safety in the middle. No stacks. 1 receiver, 1 defender. 1 receiver, 1 defender. We're safe both sides. Neither 19 nor 43 blitz. You can see they're both in coverage. All right, here we go. We're in doubles. And hopefully you see this right away now. You should be just peeking over here. As soon as you see this, every time they show something like this, well, what has it been so far? Right, this stack here, it's been a blitz. So there it is. There's the stack. He steps up to defend this receiver, and he's coming off the edge. He's coming off the edge free. Kills the quarterback. Quarterback still gets the throw off, so good on our QB, but he took a shot. He should not be taking that shot. We should be able to protect him from that. Here it is from the end zone camera. You can see the stack right away. We should have awareness of that. We're sliding to the left. It's 3 against 4, and right there we should get an edge call. Gabe would set out to 60. The guard would set out to 73, and then the left tackle would set out to number 19. Nice play here by Amir. We're safe either edge here. I'm not going to keep explaining why. It's the same reasoning over and over again. We're safe on either one. We can go 3 for 3. Those guys do not blitz. So if you look at it from this angle, you're going to notice this guy blitzes off the left edge. Now we pick it up because the running back's there, but if we were sliding that direction, we wouldn't be able to pick this up. And, well, here it is from the end zone. You couldn't see this in the sideline, but you'll be able to see it in the end zone angle. Look at the free safety. He's not in the middle anymore. Okay, notice he's on this side of the hash. Kind of moving around here, but definitively there he is. He's walking towards this side. He's walking towards that side because they're bringing 43 off the edge. So there you have it. Pay attention to where the free safety is. When this guy's going to blitz off this edge, you will see the free safety creep over here. So there he is. He's creeping over. He's not in the middle of the field anymore. Boom. So we would slide 3 for 4, and we would make an edge call here to pick up 43. That would be if it was the slide side, of course. So there's a couple more plays like that we could go over, but you'll see it's the same thing. And hopefully now you can see the rules when you apply them to this defense. What was it, 100%? Like 100% of the time, it told you when you were safe. And when they were blitzing, I would say a good 3/4 of the time, if you just take a look at what they're doing in the slide areas, or you're looking at what the free safety's doing, that free safety would tell you that it's a blitz and what side the blitz is coming from. Right, I'm not lying here. We just went through every single pass play. So We definitely want to learn this stuff because you can see it's definitely a useful tool that you can use, when you're trying to pass protect against a team like this.